Pisces, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early to mid-May 2026. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Pisces collective. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do you got for us? What do you have for Pisces, gang? In early to mid-May. What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Pisces, gang. In early to mid-May, what's the vibe? What's the energy? Let's get this card out nice and quick, my good friends. There you go. Very first shuffle, and it pops out. Beautiful. All right, so in ways, this card does remind me a bit of the Hierophant, and look at this very intriguing piece of imagery. I believe it showed up for one of the other zodiac signs, I think one of the fire signs, but I like it because there's an energy here of searching. There's also an inward facing, very spiritual, somewhat mysterious type of vibe, which usually Pisces, you can work well with this, especially if we're looking at intuition. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the May subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this. So as you can see, super intriguing image here. We have this person, they're blindfolded, they're hoodwinked, and it seems to be that they are searching or feeling their way through all these different little spiritual emblems. See, we have all the different emblems of different spiritual practices there. So obviously there's a strong spiritual tie to this card as well. And everyone knows that most Pisceans are very intrigued by the unseen aspects of the world. We have the material, the stuff we can see and feel, and then we have the other stuff that we feel internally. And that's how this card feels to me. So there's a great energy around spiritual practice, searching, understanding, transmuting energy. This could be really great. Now, obviously, whenever we have a piece of imagery that has a blindfold, that can represent unknowns, but this also tells me this person's not focused on the material. They're focused on what they're feeling. They're focused on their intuition. So again, if you're one of those Pisces that are hypersensitive or extra sensitive to the energy of those you're connected to and the energy of those around you, this could say like, all right, that might be cranked up a little higher. Right. And some of you are like, all right, cool. Some of you are like, oh no, how could it go any higher? It's okay. But the only thing we need to watch out for within the reading itself is like mysterious vibes, unknowns, unexpected stuff. But I think it's good, especially with the spiritual edge. So we're going to let this person keep doing whatever search they're on. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for Pisces, gang. What do we got in early to mid-May? And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. So it was titled An Unfinished Situation. Now that's a pretty broad net, right? For a lot of Pisces, there could be certain things that have recently elapsed, or even if it's something that happened a long time ago, where it feels like something about it isn't completely done. There's just this unfinished, unsettled type of energy I was picking up. So just know that energy could bleed over for a couple weeks, but we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else, right? Let's get it going here. 3 cards for Pisces, gang, in early to mid-May. What do we got? Magician. So yeah, more of this very spiritually inclined energy. Love the Magician. It's one of my all-time favorites. And I have a lot of favorites, but the Magician is definitely top 3 for me. I like it. That's a good place to start. Super, super spiritually inclined. Huge when it comes to manifesting. And we'll talk about him in more depth. Let's get a couple more here for Pisces, early to mid-May. Okay. So we got the 7 of Pentacles here right in the center, like waiting, watching, waiting. Let's see what's up there. I mean, we do have like this little bit of karmic energy starting to evolve right on the front end when we combine the two. What do we got here? Okay. Wow. Interesting. We have like a yin yang because these 2 cards came out together and they're complete total opposites. The first one, we got the 3 of Cups. Very good sign. But we also have the offset type of energy. We got the 5 of Cups showing up as the bonus. Now, I would say the top row is a little more important, but it's there nonetheless. But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. First look, first glance, you know me, I always love to look at the elements. I feel like that paints a good picture, frames the reading, and tells us how things are going to be flowing. Also, how comfortable it might be for you. And aside from this magician, we'll talk about him. We have a predominant earth water combination going on. Now, both of those elements do work very well together when it comes to Pisces, right? Like that's like definitely your comfort zone. Um, but the magician elementally is master of all elements. So there's a certain balance, right? The magician is like the water, the earth, the air, the fire. It's like a combination of all. But when we come to the earth, that represents stability and security. It's a very predictable type of energy. So whether it's internal stability or outward, when I see earth, I think of routine, I think of day to day life, I think of work, money, business, finance, home, and family. So the material world. And I know we've been speaking about the spiritual inward focus. This is the offset to it. So you see what I'm talking about. We have like the spirit and then the material, the offset. Then we have the water right here. Now, I always say when you combine water and earth, to me, that represents blessings and abundance. They're just two elements that work together like peanut butter and jelly. But water is Pisces' comfort zone. That's your power element right there. It's matters of the heart, matters of feeling and emotion. Now, yes, cups can represent personal relationships and connections of any kind, but it's also very creative, outside the box type of thinking, super artistic, just flow state type of energy, which is great. And again, it could just represent certain things, people, situations that we're emotionally invested in. But I like it because the energy seems to balance each other off. The downside to water is that sometimes it could get a little too intense. So, especially if you're like hypersensitive to energy in this time, that's something to watch out for. We might have a warning there. But let's go through and start building this out piece by piece. Position number one, we start with the magician himself. And we see him there. He's got his little rod or wand raised to the sky, the infinity symbol over the head. All elements are present. So to me, this is master of all elements. To me, the magician, biggest card of manifestation and creation. I always say that we are all creator beings. We all have that spark of the divine within us, and we are all capable to create. And that's what this card does. It channels energy and projects it forth on the screen of material reality. I know it's a mouthful, but that's what I think of when I see this magician. It's great for any sort of spirituality, spiritual ritual, spiritual cleansing, spiritual exploration, you name it. Like this magician's great for it. Also, it is highly in tune, the intuition, the empathy. My gut's telling me something. That's a big thing here. But when we get to the downside of the magician, it could represent control, right? Because what is the magician doing? Why is he manifesting? He wants to control a certain outcome. He wants to control a situation and how it goes. So when I see him right here in the front end, yes, in the good aspect, it's like, yeah, we're creating, we're manifesting, we're flowing. But just watch out for any situations where you feel like you don't have control or someone's being too overly controlling. That's something to watch out for. Now, moving to the middle, we have a totally different flavor. And I do also have to mention the infinity symbol over the magician's head does represent a karmic flavor of energy. And we have a karmic card right next to it. We have the Seven of Pentacles. We see our friend here, yeah, he's kind of just chilling. He's waiting by that bush, just waiting for those pentacles to grow. This is actually one of my cards that I link to gardening. So if you enjoy gardening and growing stuff, this is a great energy for you. But to me, it's a card of patience, where it's like, all right, let's wait and see. In its best form, this could be patience paying off, or a situation paying off for you in the end. So I do like the Seven of Pentacles. It's an energy where you reap what you sow. But that's when we get into the energy of the karmic, right? Because what you put forth, you get back in return. What you give is what you get. So that's just something to be aware of. Again, whether it doesn't have to be your energy, it could be someone else's. There might be something karmic that we want to look at. The big downside to the Seven of Pentacles, sometimes it could represent someone feeling like either they're wasting time or that they're just waiting around, waiting. This can be an energy that feels a little bored too. So we'll circle back on that. But moving to the next one, total opposite, right? We got the Three of Cups. Beautiful. Now I know this gets a bit of a reputation because people are like, yeah, third party this, third party that. And yes, all threes can be that. But to me, this is a card of wins, victories, and triumph, right? We got these three people. They're raising a toast. They're having the time of their life. They're celebrating something. So I like this. It's fun. It's lighthearted. It's like people reuniting and just having a good time. So I think this is a great card, and it could be a very positive omen for us. Whereas this one's like a little bored. This one's just having a ball. That's something that's really great. Now, what might be the downside of the Three of Cups? Sometimes it can represent material excess, or excessive behaviors. So just watch out for that. Like, nothing wrong with having fun, nothing wrong with having a good time, but this energy could sometimes overdo it. The Three of Cups can absolutely represent some sticky group dynamics, or it could just be showing us the energy of someone that's in your circle that we might want to keep an eye on. But overall, it is very, very lighthearted, happy, and having a good time. Now, moving over to the bonus real quick, we do get the offset once again because we have the nice happy go lucky, but then we have the Five of Cups, the River of Tears. This is an energy that is a little bit down. It could be sad, it could be upset. The good thing about this is that it tells me it's just a bump in the road. So any situations or problems, to me, it's like, all right, this is just a bump in the road. This is like nothing permanent. But yeah, it is an energy that can be quite down about itself. It could be down about a situation. So you see what I mean? We have like these big offsets. Like we have these different types of karmic energy where this one's active and making moves, and this one's kind of just waiting and letting it do what it does. And this one's celebrating, this one's bored, this one's happy, this one's sad. So it's like we have this whole yin yang going on. I want to dive deeper on all of it though, Pisces. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay. Let's get a good shuffle here for Pisces gang. What's happening? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on the Magician. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Pisces, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, why is the Magician here, please? Why is that Magician? Wow. Beautiful. Beautiful. Blessings. I mean, we have the Empress in the upright. Again, there is this interesting correlation or connection with nature, too. Nature, gardening, getting your feet in the dirt, grounding yourself down. I don't know why that's coming through. So for maybe some of you, if you're going through an emotionally or energetically intense time, maybe Spirit wants you to like ground with your feet in the dirt or just get out there in nature. But the Empress, to me, blessings and abundance. Like, this is a beautiful win victory energy, right? Like, she represents fertility. Now, she can represent motherhood, mothers in general. But to me, yeah, it's just cup runneth over. Notice that she's pregnant in the picture. She's got pomegranates, which represents exuberant seeds. So again, there's just blessings on blessings on blessings. So for some Pisces, now is a great time to manifest, to pray, to focus inward, and aim high. Like, if you're trying to manifest something, aim high. I don't know why it's coming through that way, but this is like a done deal. That's how it feels to me. So we got the win, victory, blessing, whatever label we want to put on it. I like it. We're claiming it. So we're going to keep moving. As far as zodiac signs, this could be Libra or Taurus because of the Venus energy, but can't say much. It doesn't get much better than that. Honestly, the Magician with the Empress is like, I created this. This is what I wanted. I got it. So there could be a big manifestation coming in. Let's keep moving. I like it. So why is the Seven of Pentacles here? That's great. Oh, cards are trying to jump out of my hands already, my friends. So why is the Seven of Pentacles here? Thank you. Six of Wands. It just gets better and better, Pisces. This, even though we have that Five of Cups there, this might be one of the better ones I've seen in a very long time. So to me, it's like, it doesn't matter how it happens. It's going to happen anyway. That's so interesting to say it that way. So the Six of Wands to me is a card of complete and total victory. Um, Public notoriety, we see that person, they're in a parade, they have their laurels, they're being celebrated. So if you're the type of Piscean that, you know what, all you really ask is for some appreciation. All you really ask for is just some recognition. The Seven of Pentacles with the Six of Wands is receiving that appreciation, which I absolutely love. But again, this is a card of victory. So it's like one after another. And that's something I saw in the Cancer reading as well, where it's like a domino effect, where it's like once this door opens, then this one, then this one, and this one. I'm getting a very similar thing this week for Pisces, especially with the Six of Wands. But it's like, okay, I could either manifest it and make it happen, or I could just wait. It's like there's something good coming in where either way you slice it, it doesn't matter how we get from A to B, it's still going to the same destination. So there could be a big win, victory, something that you got coming in where it's like, if you don't do anything, it's still coming. Like, you could get proactive and do this, do that, right? And write list and manifest and do little candle things, or you could just live your life. It doesn't matter. This win, this victory is coming either way. It's magnetic. And I love the appreciation. So we're just going to keep going. I'm not going to overcomplicate it, right? Like when we get good readings like this, I take it. And this is right up there. This is right up there with some of the better ones I've seen in a Pisces reading. So let's go in on the Three of Cups. If you're connected to a Pisces, this could bode very well with whatever situation you and your Pisces are dealing with. I can tell you that. So let's go in on the Three of Cups, see what that has, and we'll do our recap. I mean, yeah, this is up there. This might be one of the best, if not the best, reading I've done for Pisces, like point blank period on YouTube. We got the Knight of Cups in the upright. It's a first and foremost, it's a Pisces power card. Doesn't matter male, female, or anything in between. It's a smooth talking, easy flowing, easy going type of energy, and it's presenting itself to you. Now, again, if you're not the most social Pisces, right? I know some of us enjoy our privacy. When I see the Three of Cups with the Knight of Cups, it might be people inviting you, like, hey, do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? It's like people, I don't want to say clamoring for your attention, but it's like I'm being guided here and there, and it's like everyone wants a piece. It's very unique here, so I think that's really good. But knights represent action and communication, so when I see it underneath the Three of Cups, it's like good news, exciting news. So it's like it doesn't matter what way we slice it. There's like positive on positive on positive, blessing on victory on win, exciting news, manifesting it in, like things popping up. The only downside to this reading is the bonus, which is the Five of Cups. And I could absolutely say that part of that could be residual energy that you might be feeling from someone around you or the world around you. Because again, nothing ever stays perfect like this forever, but enjoy it while you can. Because Pisces, I'm claiming this, and I hope you do too. Because this energy, this reading this week is superb. Let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadow, my friends. If you kindly look in the box, position number one, we start super strong with the Magician, Empress, beautiful, big blessing type of energy. If you're trying to manifest something, if you're trying to bring something in, or if you're praying for something, aim high. Don't aim low. Go as big as you can. Get wild with it, because like this energy seems actually doable. Moving to the middle, we have the Seven of Pentacles with the Six of Wands. If you're looking for appreciation, if you're looking for recognition, you might receive it when we see this type of energy, because there's a certain magnetism where energy is coming to me, whether I work for it and manifest it, whether I don't. They're both different roads leading to the same end goal. So wins on victories on blessings. On the back end, we have the Three of Cups, Knight of Cups in the upright. One of the best readings I've done for Pisces, period. Could be some great or exciting news. Could also be people trying to get your attention or invite you here, invite you there. There's like offers coming in too. So it's just all beautiful stuff. Please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here. And yeah, I always like to pull a shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. So let's get you one. And yeah, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this shadow card out here for Pisces gang. Let's see. What do we got? Thank you. Cool. Page of Pentacles, I got that in the Cancer reading. So there is this intriguing similarity that I got this week between the Cancer and the Pisces reading, where it's like one door domino effect, one thing after another, and you both have the same shadow card. Now, the one thing I'll say about the Page of Pentacles in its positive sense, it's great for learning things, taking in new information, new opportunities, new offers, beautiful stuff. The downside to pages, if you're not connected to an earth sign, specifically the Page of Pentacles, sometimes it's an energy that can be very unsure of itself. Sometimes it's an energy that can also be very shy and suppress. So in this time, watch out for feelings like that. You know, with all this good energy floating around, don't beat yourself up about certain things, and try to be empathetic and kind to yourself when I see this in the shadows, because the Page of Pentacles in its shadow form could absolutely not treat itself the best. Okay. Aside from that, this energy could be great for stuff coming in. So we're going to leave it at that, Pisces. That's what I got for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the May subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight on your situation, or you'd like to have a chat with me, you can book a personal session at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. My May calendar is up and the spots go quick, so you might want to check it out. But for the May subscriber surprise, we're doing another winner's choice. I will choose 3 lucky subscribers to win either a copy of the Tarot of the Owls, beautiful deck, and it's really nice, or 3 custom made pendants from my website, mastermetaphysics.com. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed, and second, let me know down in the comments, out of the cards that showed up in this week's reading, which one caught your attention most or resonated with you most. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in the posts tab. My friends, much love, and I'll talk to you soon.